Hi, if you want to start your very own YouTube cooking channel, then don't go anywhere because we're going to be talking about it right after this. Welcome back to It's Only Food with Chef John Politte. If this is your first time joining us, or if you want to learn how to cook or learn how to improve the skills that you already have, then go ahead and hit that little subscribe button right down there in the corner. And then when that pops up, hit that notification bell so you'll be notified each time that I upload new content. Now, the objective of the show is to teach people how to make a YouTube cooking show and put it up on YouTube for everybody to see. I have done a past series here on YouTube on my own channel called How to Produce a YouTube Cooking Show, and we've covered such topics as concept, equipment, which includes the galley, which is the kitchen, and all the media stuff you'll need, because there's two different sets of equipment that you'll need in order to do a cooking show. We talk about the set, which is your kitchen or your barbecue area outside or wherever you're going to be cooking. We also talked about editing, uploading, and sharing it to social media. And then, of course, optimizing your social media once you have uploaded it and are sharing it with the world. All right, go ahead and click that card right up here to see the link for that playlist. And I will also put a link in the description box below so you can see that playlist to kind of get a feel for what we're doing here. The series that I'm talking about does have a lot of comments in the comment section from people that actually have YouTube cooking shows, and we kind of shared a lot of ideas. This series is going to be exclusively for beginners who have never taken a camera into the kitchen and shot a show while they cook. So it's all for you. If you've never ever done that before, then we're going to have a whole lot of fun, because I'm going to do probably 6 or 7 of these shows, and we're going to discuss everything from what we're talking about now, which is ideas that you need to think about all the way up until post-production and getting it out there and being successful on YouTube. I'm going to instruct you on how to do certain things, like take your ideas and make them into a cooking show, because everybody's got ideas of what they want to do, but making the idea into an actual event. Create a constant style and consistency for your show. Do consistent intros and outros. Setting up a beautiful channel page that you're going to have as your home base for where you're going to actually have your channel. It's got to be set up a certain way. That's your advertising for the whole world to see. It's not just throwing shows out there. You've actually got to have your storefront, which is your channel page. Setting up constant social media profiles all across the internet. And also drive people to your channel so that you get more views and subscribers, which is what we're doing this for. There's a lot more to this than just picking up a camera, going into the kitchen and start cooking and shooting film. But since you've joined us today, it shows you're hungry to learn, and I hope I do help you. I want to see you be successful on YouTube with your channel, so I'm going to try to remove as many roadblocks and barriers out of your way so you are successful. I know I'm not the only one that you're watching. That's fine. There's a lot of people out there that have a lot of good advice. That's what makes this YouTube platform so great, is that there are so many different people doing so many different things for all of us to learn something from. There's room for everybody. But, it's a big but. It's very important that you ask yourself some of these questions that I'm going to bring up before you pick up a camera and turn on the oven. I am going to be brutally honest with you, and I'm not trying to scare you away, but I think that you respect honesty, and I think you deserve honesty. So I'm going to lay some things on you. Cooking shows are very, very competitive, and there are a ton of them. Do you have a certain niche that people will want to watch? Is there something special that you do? Is there something that you're going to offer of value that people are going to want to watch? Watch time is very important. Watch time is usually between 4 and 8 minutes. And you've got to ask yourself, are you able to introduce yourself, what you're going to make, show them what you're doing, cook it, plate it, present it, and then say goodbye in that 4 to 8 minutes, and do it constantly every time you do a show? Editing. Taking the show from the beginning to the end and making it transition and be smooth all the way through, that people will not get bored with or just go, what in the hell's going on here? You have to make a story. What you're doing is just basically putting together a small film, and you're telling a story. So editing skills are going to be very, very important with that. Camera, lights, sound equipment. Do you have the skill set to learn and the desire to want to learn about lighting and sound and your camera and all the equipment that goes into, you know, all of this stuff that you need to know about to make your show very, very successful? Do you know about Creative Commons and attribution for images, video, sound, audio, all that stuff you want to use in your show? You've got to make sure that it's either original content or that you have permission to use somebody else's content, or there's Creative Commons that you can get permission to use it because nobody requires any kind of monetary give back, but it is attribution that you put their name in the credits and what they've made. Do you have enough ideas to upload a show once a week, twice a week, 3 times a week? Taking those ideas, making them consistent. These are very important questions to ask yourself. I'm not trying to harp and scare you away. They're all very important questions that you need to ask yourself. I'm also going to point out that once you shot the show and it's wrapped, a lot of work to do after that too. You're going to have to edit your video. You're going to have to upload it with proper titles, tags. You're going to have to learn to write a great description, eye-catching thumbnails, and then sharing it all on social media. There's a lot of work after you've shot the show. Plus, you've got to clean up your kitchen, put all your equipment away, put the camera equipment away too. So there's a lot of work. Let me just tell you one little story here real quick. When I do a show, it takes me around 7 hours, and that 7 hours includes setting up the kitchen with angles and shots, making sure I've got kind of a script or a storyboard on how I'm going to do it. You've got to have a plan. And then I have to get the food out and get it all ready to go. My pots, my pans, whatever I'm going to use, cutting board, knives, background, make sure the kitchen's clean and my set looks beautiful. Then the actual show, with the many, many takes that you do, not everything is going to go first time right. I've only done maybe 4 shows where everything went really, really smooth. And then you've got, you know, with all the outtakes and all the other stuff that you do, you finally get to turn off the camera because you're done. And then you got to clean up the mess you've made in the kitchen because you've got a lot of takes. You're going to have a lot of mess. You're going to have to put the food away or eat it or whatever you're going to do. Give it to the kids, the dog, or whatever you plan on doing with it. And then you got to go downstairs or upstairs or into the living room or into your office, den, treehouse, wherever you go, to take your card or right here with a cell phone, upload it onto a PC or computer or whatever you've got into your editing program. And then you're going to spend probably an hour editing it just right how you want it. Then you get done with that, and then you got to upload it to YouTube, where you got to make sure you got the right tags and title, nice looking description, nice looking pictures that gives you visual authority over everybody else that's got the same topic. And then you hit the button, make it go live. And then you got work to do then. You want to get it out onto social media. You've got to do Facebook, Twitter, Pinterest, LinkedIn, whatever else there is. It takes me about 7 to 8 hours to do a whole one show. And it usually averages around 8 or 9 minutes. It takes a lot of work, but anything in life does take a lot of work. And you certainly learn a lot about yourself in the process. I know I certainly did. I picked up some new skills. I learned a lot about myself on being on camera. When I watched some of my earlier stuff, I couldn't stand the way I looked on camera. I still can't stand the way I look on camera, but I'm a lot more comfortable on it. And I know that when I'm speaking to you, I'm actually speaking to people that are out there and they want to watch, they want to listen, they want to learn things. So I'm going to do my best to try to teach you what it is you're going to need to learn in order to do a successful YouTube cooking channel. Like I said earlier, I do want to see you succeed in making your own YouTube cooking channel. I want to remove any barriers that there are. So please leave me a comment below. Let me know what you think of what we're doing here. If you have any questions on how to start, remember, I'm not trying to scare you away from anything. I just want to see that you succeed. And I want to just give you all the data and the information that you're going to need in order to do that. So leave me a comment below. Subscribe if you have not done that yet. Hit that thumbs up button that's right there. And then share this video and this channel with everyone you know. And just remember this, in life there are 2 options. You can make excuses or you can make progress. So thanks a lot for joining us right here on It's Only Food with Chef John Politte. We will see you next time when we head upstairs into the kitchen and show you what we need to do to start getting a YouTube cooking channel put together. Take care of yourselves, and we'll see you next time right here on It's Only Food. Thanks a lot. Bye-bye.